This video is sponsored by Instant Gaming. Get cheap game time as well as other Warcraft products at affordable prices. Click the link in the description below to check it out. Hello guys, this is Doron's Movies, and today I will be talking about the Blood Elves and how powerful they are. Briefly covering their history, characteristics, culture, and achievements. So, without further ado, let's get into the lore. Over 10,000 years ago, under Queen Ashara, an elite magic sect existed known as the Highborn. They dabbled in magics through the World of Eternity that many other elves considered heretical. They were very loyal to the Queen and considered themselves above the average Night Elves. Naturally, when Ashara fell and Malfurion took over, they were seen with significant contempt. Magic was forbidden, and since the Highborn insisted on practicing it, they were exiled from Kalimdor. As they sailed into the unknown, they reached the Eastern Kingdoms, founding their own civilization. Eventually, they would settle in the northern part of that continent, creating the Sunwell through the vials of the ancient Well of Eternity. This new, kind of different energy changed them, with their skin switching color as well as losing some features. For millennia, they prospered under the rule of the Sunstrider dynasty. Unfortunately, they founded their new kingdom upon ancient troll lands, and the trolls did not appreciate that. For many years, they warred with them, usually getting them to back off, but at one point, with the help of the Zandalari, they were under a serious offensive. Only with the help of the humans did they manage to defeat the Amani for good, and that is exactly when they established diplomatic relations with the new race. This would ultimately lead them to sharing their magic and joining the alliance, participating in the Orcish wars. After the campaigns, they held some contempt for the faction due to the previous actions, but even with them, they didn't stand a single chance. An incursion occurred from within, and shortly most human kingdoms fell under the plague of undead. The fallen Prince of Lordran, Arthas, led the biggest offensive ever against Quel'Thalas, killing their king, shattering the kingdom, and murdering over 90% of the population. So much blood was spilled that in honor of their fallen brethren, the High Elves renamed themselves to Blood Elves or Cinderai. The Sunwell was destroyed, Blood Elves turned to Fel Magic, and eventually joined Illidan. After the expedition to Outland, the remaining Eastern Kingdom elves joined the Horde in order to get aid and to repair their kingdom that much needed repairing. At one point, their prince Kel'Thas would go mad, and after that, they were very close to a civil war that changed a lot of their ways. The Sunwell was reignited, the Lich King defeated, and much of the kingdom was renewed. Today, they are a significant part of the Horde and have played a big role in every event since they had joined. So, with this very brief history, what are the characteristics of the Blood Elves and how powerful are they? If we go really far back, they were originally trolls, then they transitioned into the Night Elves, then the more sophisticated Highborn, and then evolved or de-evolved, depending on how you want to look at it, into the High Elves. So in essence, they are most similar to the Night Elves that they once were, just lacking some features. They are between 5 to 6 feet in height on average, so around 170 to 180 centimeters. And much like the Night Elves, they possessed slender athletic bodies. In a way, they're very similar to the humans in some regards, just more slim, so it's kind of a blend between the Night Elves and the humans. Their features are very unique, having typically very long hair and not growing much of facial hair. Blood Elves are essentially High Elves, the only difference is in the eyes, with the Blood Elf ones being green. The reason for this is their exposure to Fel Magic. Much how the skin of the Orcs turned green, so did the eyes of the Elves. It is said, however, that when the Sunwell was reignited and cleansed, some of them had lost that green tint and had gained golden eyes. In terms of aging, it is very debatable, but it is definitely known that the Blood Elves live for a very long time. It is said that there is potential spans in the thousands. Interestingly enough, they mature very young, being very similar to humans in that regard. When it comes to culture, this is where the Blood Elves come in really strong. Technically, they're one of the oldest races and currently one of the most intelligent. Combining that with their life expectancy, as well as with the fact that they document their history, a rich culture is a must. Magic is a very big thing within Blood Elven society, and it is what got them exiled, what built their kingdom, and what restored it. Because of that, they are some of the best wizards around. The magic is so significant within their society that they literally became dependent on it, and without a source, many elves had to turn to fel. In extreme cases, some descended into addiction, completely losing their mind. They're also very proud and even arrogant to the outsiders, often seeing themselves as superior to other races. This part definitely goes all the way back to Azshara. Blood Elves are very rational and proud of their homeland, however they don't really put much weight into fate as opposed to other races. Very recently they realized the potential of the light, and instead of siphoning it by force like they did before, they turned to serving it, but still it isn't really a core aspect of their society. When it comes to mounts, the most common are the Hawk Striders, which appear to be native to the forests of Kualtalas. In terms of flying mounts, they utilize the Dragon Hawks, which the Far Striders in particular have used for battle. Blood Elves are a very advanced society, so they're also able to summon magical mounts and pets, as well as able to use constructs and weapons. In battle, they often use arcane guardians, all types of golems, as well as offensive machinery. Most of their arsenal stems from magic and is powered by it. When it comes to classes, Blood Elves are one of the best mages to ever inhabit Azeroth, and in fact it was really them that spread the use to most other races. Magisters are the leading group when it comes to mages. They're also excellent warlocks, as recently with Kiltas they have dabbled a lot in fel. Aside from spellcasters, they make excellent rangers, with the most well-known organization being the Far Striders, elite hunters that have protected the borders of Kualtalas for many millennia. Lastly, there are also the Blood Knights that fairly recently became a crucial part of the kingdom as the Order of Paladins. Overall, the Blood Elves are one of the oldest races on Azeroth. Technically, they're native to the world and have gone through many transformations, boasting a history that very few can. They were exiled, at war, defeated, burned to the ground, but nevertheless recovered and now are making a significant return. As one of the best spellcasters, rangers and paladins, the Blood Elves are one of the strongest races on Azeroth. Alright, and that is all I have for this video. Do leave your suggestions below and don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps out and keeps all the content going. Thanks a lot for taking time out of the day to watch this video, and see you next time.